Hello and welcome to Trading 5 Talents. In today's video, I want to go over the profit and loss results using the 30-30 Ironfly iterations. Just as a quick recap, each market day I'm entering an at-the-money SPY Ironfly, and this is going to be a 10-strike wide Ironfly, and I'm entering each day at noon Eastern Time. I'm also using the Option Alpha platform to automate all of these trades for this testing. There's a link down below if you want to try out Option Alpha for yourself, and you can try out the automated options trading bots that you can create and see if that is for you. A couple of weeks ago, I introduced my plan of optimizing my four main variations of my Ironfly strategy. This is the 15-30, the 30-30, the trailing stop, and the free range Ironfly variations. And then what I plan to do is to make 5 iterations of each of these 4 variations. And then I wanted to select the one that performs the best. And from there, I would have my final auto trading bot. So the topic of this video is going to be the 30-30 iterations. The variable that I'm changing with the 30-30 iterations is I'm just changing the profit target. All these iterations are 7 DTE and they all have a 30% stop loss. I'm just going to be changing the profit target. So my original one is the 30-30, which means I'm going to either exit at 30% profit or 30% loss. Then I'm going to 40-30, which is a 40% profit target, 50% profit target, 60% profit target, or a 70% profit target. So down at the bottom, you have a graph showing the profits of each of these iterations, and they're all color-coded so that it's hopefully easier to follow. Every iteration of the 30-30 Ironfly was completely profitable. In fact, they all were over $1,400. So this is about 1 month of testing, the month of April, and then maybe a couple in May. So this is about 20 trades that were made. And so you can see each bot was pretty good. I started with $5,000 in capital, and then I'm making, on average about $1,400. So that's really good for just 1 month of trading. By increasing the profit target with this set of iterations, here are the conclusions that I came up with. So one is there was a decreased win rate. So you can see with the 30-30 in blue versus the 70-30 in purple, you can see the win rates that are listed just below the profit amounts. So the 30-30 had a 70% win rate, the 40-30 is 60% win rate, 50-30 is 60% win rate, 60-30, 55% win rate, and the 70-30, 55% win rate. So the win rate did go down as I moved my profit targets up. I also found that the profit peaks at 50%. So you can see it's probably most noticeable in the line graph. The yellow line is the one that's on top, and you can see it goes up and then it starts coming back down. It peaks in the middle of the month, first of all, but it also peaks in the middle of the profit targets that I chose. So 30-30, 40-30 are all lower than 50. The 60-30 and the 70-30 are also lower in terms of profit than the 50. So one thing I did that's, I don't have the numbers listed out here, but I did look at all of the winners for the 50-30 iteration that this bot made, the trades that this bot made. And I found that the max low of the winners was negative 25%. So what I think might be a good idea is just to move my stop loss to negative 25%. It used to be negative 30, but this would give me a very, even, clean risk to reward ratio of 1-to-2. So if I wanted to keep my stop loss at negative 30, then I would need to move my reward up to 60%. But you can see from this data set that 60% is not as profitable. It has a lower win rate also than the 50. So if I'm going to move my reward down to 50, I need to move my risk down as well. So going from a negative 30 to a negative 25%. So let's take a look at these trades over in Google Sheets. Okay, so here's the same graph that we just saw. Here are the win rates down here below. These donut charts are also showing the win rates in a visual manner. Each of these lines are color-coded to the iteration that I'm testing, and they match the lines up in the line graph. The one with the stars is the original variation that I chose, so the 30-30. And you can see that there was, a really good win streak for the first, week and a half, 2 weeks on all of the bots. And then all of a sudden you started getting into a losing streak, which you can see here by the red. And so the 50-30 really didn't have a better win streak than any other iteration. In fact, the 30-30 had the longest win streak right here. But because of the management of exiting at 50% and only losing 30%, the 50-30 just happened to perform better. And I think the main reason why is because when we try to get a higher profit, like a 60% target or a 70% target, you have to be in the trade longer. And if it never reaches 60% or 70%, the bot exits 2 hours before expiration. So you're just going to close at whatever the value of that particular spread is 2 hours before expiration. So you can see, for example, right here, I had 50% here on this 11th trade, $261. But over here, it never got up to 60%. And so by 2 hours before expiration, it had to close. And the value of that spread, was greater than what I sold it for. So I lost $79 on that. And here's another example right here in trade number 7. It reached 50%, 278. It never got up to 60%. So it just closed 2 hours before expiration and 106. So yeah, the 60% is going to, have bigger winners, but you also run the risk of not capturing some of the profit that was there originally because you're going for such a high profit target. So I think that's why we see this, sort of middle of the road strategy working the best. So trying to leave the trades longer for more profit, there's a lot of that opportunity risk where because you choose to do that, you're going to lose out some of the profit that's left on the table. So overall, the 50-30 is going to be the winner of this set of Ironfly iterations. So if you have any questions about this iteration, about the whole strategy in general with the Ironflies and all the testing or option alpha, then please leave a comment down below and I'll try to get back to it as quickly as possible. Until next time, trade wisely and take care.